What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Tremont, aka the Real Binary Master. On today's quick video, guys, I want to get down to the nitty-gritty. I want to talk about divergence. I'm going to share with you guys how to use the RSI and price action to determine where divergence is and when you should possibly be looking to take that entry. Guys, a lot of us don't even know what divergence is. And let me just explain to you guys that divergence is actually one of the most common uses of many technical indicators, primarily with the oscillators. Divergence is when price and the indicators are telling us, the trader, different things. Confirmation would be when the indicator and price action or multiple indicators are all confirming and telling us the same story, and divergence is just when they're telling a different story. So on today's video, guys, I just want to make it as simple as possible for you guys and what to look for while looking for divergence. And while I was setting up this video, I'm looking at AUD/USD. Right off the rip, I've seen a beautiful divergence on the 1 minute time frame, and I'm going to zoom in right here. And we can see, let's make these big so everybody can see it. Price created a higher low, and price created a lower low than this low here. Would everybody agree? Yes or yes? Right? Price created a higher low here. Excuse me. Price created a lower low here and a higher low here. Yes or yes? All right. So now we're looking at the RSI, and we can see the same exact area where we on price action we created a higher low and then a lower low. Here on the RSI is telling us that we created a lower low here and a higher low here. This is that divergence. Price action is telling us something different than what the RSI indicator is telling us currently. Now you have to ask yourself this question. Should I be looking to take this divergence? And the next question you should be asking yourself, is price at or near a support zone? Or is price at or near a resistance zone? Is price near an area where it could potentially bounce, and then having the confluence of the divergence would make it that bigger, much better of a trade? Now here we have the support bounce when we created this lower low in price action, but on the RSI we created a higher low. So we mark it and we look to the left, and we can see, yeah, price has actually kind of respected this area before. Came down here, bounced, broke, retest, came up, came back and tested it out, price started pushing up again from it, and we just look back to the left and we see, wow, price action here was in a sharp decline, and it actually just bounced off this area on a 1 minute time frame. So we can validate this area as being an area of support, or area where price may want to react from. So now that we have this marked up, we have the divergence. Now we're looking for a confirmation to potentially take this trade. Now, some traders would have said, well, Chris, there's a doji right there off that support area. That is true. Right here. Right here. Very close to that support area. But I'm not convinced yet. I want to see something stronger. How about a bullish engulfing candle? Okay, now we're talking. How about a bullish engulfing candle and potentially an order block? Well, now we're even more talking. Now let's see if we got an order block here. Just look at that. We have a bullish engulfing candle engulfing the 2 candles previous in the final down move before the up move? Yes or yes? So even without this order block, that was just additional confluence, right, for me. Even without that order block, or being aware of what order blocks are, or if that was an order block in general, just the fact that we have a doji-like hammer candle followed by a bullish engulfing candle at the area of a divergence, this could have been your call to get in the market. Now, I trade binary NFX trading, so I'm only looking for quick movement, anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. And let's see if we would have won this trade if we took either 3 or 5 minutes. We enter here after the completion of this candle. Once we see that this is a bullish engulfing, 3-minute entry, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, clear. Now let's see if it would have cleared a 5 minute. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, clear. Now, just because curiosity has always killed the cat, I'm curious to see if this actually is an order block, or if this order block was respected in the future. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to zoom over to the right, and we're going to see if prices came back to this area and what happened. Now, if price came back to this area, my anticipation would be that it pushed back up and push back up from that area, or is going to push back up. So here we go. We would have entered a 3-minute buy off of this order block. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes. That would have been a very close trade. If you had to roll it over to give you 3 more minutes, 1, 2, 3, we can see we had cleared that trade at that point. So yes, it reacted. A good so if you would have entered here, I mean, it would have been close, guys. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, you're probably closing somewhere in here. But if you had to roll it because you're out of profit, then you definitely cleared it, because entries here and the 6-minute candle expired above it. So we'd have won that trade. Then when price breaks this area of significance, when it disrespects that area, you can go back, start look for sells on a retest. Let's see. We had this candle break here. We had some slight retest, pullback, like a lot of consolidation. Let's see. A lot of consolidation here. See, this candle actually would have been the break of this order block. Price came back up and then started working its way down. This trade might have been a loss if you would have taken it off the order block after the order block was disrespected and you started looking for sells. Maybe what you'd have done, honestly, is drawn a trend line, either from the 2 peaks here or something like this. Waited for price to come back into this area like here and take it down. Or you would have just waited for price to come back up, touch the trend, and then start looking for either A, divergence, or B, areas to sell, right? Are we coming up to a resistance? Are we overbought at that resistance? Is there divergence at that area of resistance, right? That's what I really like, right? Because I'm not just selling at resistance and buying at support. I mean, that would be too simple, right? Everybody would make money if it was that simple, right? Everybody would be in the markets if it was as simple as buying support, selling resistance, guys. It's not that simple when it comes to trading, and there are indicators that we can use to give us that slight edge in the market, and validation, confirmation, and additional confluences to potentially take that trade idea. And in this spot here, I mean, this is a beautiful divergence followed by a bullish engulfing candle. I mean, that was the end-all do-all right there, man. That was get in, begging you guys, begging me, please buy me, buy me, buy me. But unfortunately, I didn't see it, and I didn't have it marked up. And this move happened on Friday late afternoon because we're looking at the 1 minute time frame. So more than likely, like I said, I don't really trade on the Fridays. On Fridays, I try not to get in the market. I try to stay out of the market on Fridays. Have Fridays be more of a educational training and personal development for myself. So I love trading Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. And then Mondays, I also don't mind trading Mondays. Monday evening, I should say. Definitely London sessions. I love the London session, guys. And that's one thing that if you're trading and you don't know what session you like to trade, guys, I'm telling you, try, work with your schedule, but try to trade at different time frames to see what suits you, what you like best, where you like trading best. Like I like London because it just seems to really respect my analysis, and price moves nicely during London session. So lately I've been really liking the London session. But so yeah, we have one beautiful divergence here that played out beautiful, played out just as we would have wanted it to. Now let's go back and see if we can find another divergence and see how it played out. So here we have a divergence on odd USD on the 1 minute time frame. As you can see, price was creating higher lows, RSI created a lower low, price came down, created a lower low, RSI created a higher low, and then we had that push up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 consecutive candles, which would have been 10 consecutive minutes, which would have been a winning trade if you enter. Now, again, you want to find areas that price has reacted before, because what has happened in the past can happen and potentially does happen again in the future. So as we see here, price has reacted in this zone, respected over here, respected it here, choppiness right in the zone, but then came back. Once it broke, it came back, wicked it, pushed up, came back, and then started pushing up again before we came back, dropped down, broke it, pushed back up, and here's where we caught that divergence, because it made sense to take that entry. We were at an area where price has reacted numerous times in the past, and we had confirmation from the RSI that, hey, we have a divergence indicator, and price are telling us two different things, and we're looking for that buy. So when price came back here, we enter that buy. Now say you waited for that bullish engulfing candle. Wow, guys, look at this. The bullish engulfing candle happened right here. The very first candle of the setup happened right there. So guys, after that bullish engulfing candle, you enter a 3 to 5 minute trade. So say you enter here. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. This candle here, this third candle, is completely above the area of entry, which would have been a winning trade. Because remember, guys, in binary trading, money in minutes, it only matters if you're right. So you can enter at 737, and your trade closes at 738, and you were only in profit by 1 point, 1 pipette, and it's a winning trade, guys. Which is incredible, and that's one of the reasons why I love binary trading, because it's very fast-paced, and we're in and out of the market with the bag. So another one where divergence played out beautifully. We had the bullish engulfing candle at the print on the RSI of the higher low, although price created a lower low at an area that it reacted before. Bullish engulfing, enter the trade, winning trade, winning trade. Let's see if we can find a bearish divergence, right? I want to see a bearish divergence. I think I just found one. So here we have price here created a lower high, price here created a higher high, but when you look on the RSI, this would be called a hidden divergence, because this would have been hard to see for the new trader looking for divergence. I almost didn't see this, but as you see here, this area is lower than this area. So this area here, oops, bad arrow. This area, man, let's just get an arrow, make it easier on myself, right? This area here created a higher high, but here it created a lower high from this high over here, where we see in reality price created a lower high. So we have a price action telling us two different things. Price action telling us, hey, we're potentially looking for a sell. So you had the doji here followed by the bearish engulfing candle. This candle engulfed this candle. Enter a 3-minute to 5-minute sell. 1, 2, 3. That's close, but again, it doesn't matter if you're close, it just matters if you win the trade. 1, 2, 3. If you came out of profit on this candle here, you would have rolled it over, which would have gave us 4, 5, and 6, guys. So as you can see, that was a very nice close on the 6th candle to give us the win. If you'd have took a 5-minute trade, let's see what happens. We got the bearish engulfing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might have taken a lesson on that one if we took a 5 right around price action. Or as price action came back up here on the 3rd minute of our trade, we'd have had to roll over. If we rolled over, it gave us 10 minutes. Let's see how it plays out for documentation purposes. We have the bearish engulfing candle here. It engulfed this, so we got 10 minutes from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this would have been the 10th candle, this bearish candle here, and we would have cleared that trade on a 5-minute one rollover. We'd have cleared it on a 3-minute one rollover. So this could have easily been a winning trade. Also, it could have been a loss based on price action and the movement of price of your entry, because remember, binary comes timing, binary's entry. You could have got two pipettes higher than myself at the same expiration time or similar expiration time. You might be 15 seconds difference, but because those 15 seconds price actually dropped 5 more additional pipettes, now you won the trade by 7 pipettes, where I might have only won the trade by 5 because of our entries. But it doesn't matter, guys. A winning trade is a winning trade, and divergence seemed to work really well when it's at an area of interest like this area here, being a resistance area. Prices reacted in the past, rejected. This is a rejection, a fake break. Price came back down and then started pushing back up, came right back down, and now it's starting to break back down. Then see how it started breaking back down here, and then came all the way back up to this area. And let's see, yeah, we're still just consolidating right in this zone. On the 1-minute time frame, as you guys can see, price consolidate from here all the way down to this blue line. So let's see if we can find another divergence, either bearish or bullish, doesn't matter. Just want to be able to show you guys. Let's check out the 5-minute time frame, see if we can't see anything different. Okay, here we go. So here we have a bearish divergence. We have price action creating a higher high. When you look to the left, price action created a higher high. But here on the RSI, it's actually saying it created a lower high. It's saying that this created a higher high, and we can clearly see that this area created a lower high than this. So because this created a higher high here and a lower high there, and this is also this is telling us that potentially price is going to drop. And look what happens, guys. Let me just show you something in the replay, how this would set up, right? So here we have it. This is where price is starting to set up. We can see we created a peak here, but we don't know what future price is going to be, but we're going to watch it play out. So now we can see that prices created a higher high based off of this price action here. Yes or yes, right? We all can agree that price created a higher high here. And although price created a higher high here, the RSI said, we're not buying this. It's not really a true, the momentum isn't there. That's what this oscillator is telling us, and price action is telling us two different things between the RSI and price action. So we'd be looking for sells in this area. We'd be looking for sells. So now looks like we're starting to get that rejection. It's clear that we have a divergence, very clear now. Now we're waiting, possibly waiting for that bearish engulfing candle. What's that? Did it give it to us there? Okay. So this is a bearish engulfing candle. Price engulfed completely this candle. We enter because we're on a 5-minute time frame. We're entering a 3 to 5 minute trade, a 5 to 10 minute trade. Excuse me. 1 minute is anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, and if you're doing it on a 5 minutes, taking a divergence on a 5 minute, my suggestion would be take a 5 to 10 minute or a 5 minute trade with allowing yourself one roll. Let's see how this plays out. So we entered here. We entered right after the close of this candle, and 5 minutes later, price had dropped. We'd have cleared that trade on a 5-minute trade. Let's see if we'd have cleared it on a 10-minute trade. So as you can see, price actually, we would have cleared it, entered on this bearish engulfing, 5-minute, 10-minute. I mean, you guys, it's not getting any easier than this. Look at that drop, right? That's what you call a sniper entry. If you're entering the market here, let's change this to white. See it here, and now let's go to the 1 minute time frame and see what this looks like. So yeah, we're entering here. Price pushed up, one candle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had a basically created the wick of the opening of the candle, and then just started melting and melting and melting and melting, and cleared that trade. So guys, that's 3 divergences that I've showed you. 2 of them were clear winners. The third one may have the second one may have needed a little bit more time. You might have been able to roll that over. If you weren't able to roll it over, you would have took a loss, right? So off of 3 setups, you know, some of us went 2-1, some of us went 3-0, and all I simply did was use market structure, my basic technical analysis of finding a support, resistance, and even a trend line, guys, even a trend line. You could draw trend lines, and then the RSI indicator. Now, if you're unaware how to use the RSI, please check my previous videos. I have gone over the RSI in other videos on my YouTube channel. And guys, I'm super excited to be able to create this content, create this value for YouTube and for all my team members, and just really help everybody level up and understand, the tools that we have available to us and for us while we're trading, and how these tools can help us get that slight edge that we're all in desire of while we're looking in the market. Right now, of the last 3 hours before this, I created this video, I actually spent a lot of time in learning different oscillators that I could potentially use in my trading, and I've fallen in love with one particular oscillator, and it's called the Awesome Oscillator, and it's so simple and easy to understand, and the divergence that it has printed on my back testing have just been incredible. So I can't wait, guys. I'm going to be creating a video on the Awesome Oscillator, and that's going to be one of my next couple videos, maybe my next video, I'm not sure, so keep checking, guys. But until then, like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Drop a comment if you found any value. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. All my contact information will be in the description below. And let's get this going, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys at the top because the bottom's so crowded. Again, signing off, the Real Binary Master.